goals you all can reach. There can be $1 million organization, but that doesn't mean that they're an effective organization, or it can be the opposite. It can be an organization that is a smaller organization. It doesn't mean that they're not effective just because they don't have the numbers. And what mean by numbers is numbers as far as fundraising. You see them online and you see that, okay, so they had a goal to raise 2 grand, but they only raised 20% of that goal. That does not mean that it's not effective. They can have multiple programs and services that do so much for the group of people that they're serving, that is how they are effective. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are hosting a fundraiser for Giving Tuesday, hosting a fundraiser for Year End Appeal, don't just equate your success to numbers. Your success can be seen throughout your organization in a variety of areas. So my name is Kia Harris Togden, and I am a nonprofit educator and strategist. I would also add on nonprofit builder, and I am excited for you to be here. Even if you're watching the replay, do leave a comment, because I realize I can go back and I can look at the comments and see what you all have written. So I am super excited for that. So we are focusing on marketing and communications for your fundraising efforts. And so last week we talked about Facebook and Facebook, different features within the platform that allows you to fundraise on the platform directly. And so we talked about how Facebook allows you to fundraise for free, and that when you apply, that you can get that fundraising right into the result of that fundraising. So all those donations deposited directly into your bank account versus waiting 45 plus days to get a check. So I encourage you to apply for Facebook fundraising, because Facebook and Instagram are connected, which means that if you can fundraise on Facebook, you can fundraise on Instagram. So do submit the application, because this allows you to raise money on your Facebook page. So that means if someone has a fundraiser for their birthday, then that money comes towards your nonprofit. If they want to do it on Instagram and add in a sticker on Instagram, they can do that as well. So really do focus on optimizing your Facebook page. And now we're going to talk about today how you can optimize your Instagram page, but also use the different features within Instagram so you can raise money on there as well. So initially, let's talk about how to optimize your Instagram profile. If you have your phone next to you, even if you want to look at your desktop version of Instagram, do log on with me and let's go through some features together. So, nonprofit organization, make sure your organization is designated as a nonprofit organization because of the fundraising aspect, but also so people can know this is indeed a nonprofit organization and it's not just some other type of entity. It's actually a nonprofit. Make sure also that your bio is complete. Make sure that that time limit, well, that character limit within there allows you to demonstrate all that the organization does with the soundbite information. So you may just put your mission. You may put your mission in addition to language to encourage someone to do that, a call to action. So a call to action may be check out our website or our programming page. Click below to sign up for our upcoming event. These kinds of call to actions lead to more engagement and the results that you're looking for. So if you're looking for people to visit your website, tell them to visit the website. If you're looking for people to sign up for something, tell them they can sign up. So your bio should absolutely be optimized. And then also make sure that your website link is there too. Keeping in mind that Facebook is different from Instagram. So if you put a link in the caption for Instagram, people cannot access that. So don't be the organization that has a link to the fundraiser in the caption, which no one can click on. Instead, I want you to put language in the bio to forward people to the link. So the link in your bio is always changeable. So when you're not having a fundraising campaign, it may be leading to the homepage of your nonprofit's website. But otherwise, I encourage you to put the link for whatever campaign you're doing or whatever you want them to click on in your bio. Change that out if you want to. You can always use also the platforms that allow you to have multiple links in your bio as well. So you can use Linktree, you can use bio.fm, and you can have the ability to have multiple links there as well, just like you would do with your personal profile. So really do spend time on optimizing your profile, making sure you do have a profile photo, and also making sure that you have the correct links and they're also working. You don't want someone to fall on a link to your fundraising page and then the link doesn't even work. They can't even go to the actual page because it's not even working. So make sure everything is optimized and working. So let's explore the key features of Instagram that I want to share with you in regards to fundraising. Of course, there are a lot of features, but today we're going to cover a few of them. So let's start with the fundraising aspect, which allows you to fundraise on Instagram just like it does with Facebook. So I'm going to present. Okay, so they are not letting me screen share on the new platform. Huh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through it. You're gonna listen to my audio and you're going to be on your phone and you're going to be going through the different pages. So you're on your phone, you already have a website set up or a profile set up for your nonprofit. Also flip my screen and hopefully you can see it that way too on my phone. So you have a profile page set up for your nonprofit. So you'll just go to that account. Instagram has the great ability for you to go and manage different page of the things we talked about, the name of your organization, the number of followers you have following, the soundbite of information you put in your bio, and then the link that you put there. So when you're going down, you're going to see that there is a space that is called insights. Right in the middle, there is insights that's there, and you want to click on that. This is the first feature I want to show you, insights. So when you click on that, you're going to see something like this. You're going to see a layout of different data metrics and points for your organization. So you can see at the top here, you can set different time limits. So if you wanted to do longer than that, you could. You can do last 30 days. We're going to just do that for the purpose of the tutorial. So go ahead and click on last 30 days. So you can see here it says last 30 days and you can see different numbers there. So you can look at the amount of accounts reached as well as a percentage. You can see accounts engaged, total followers, whether it increased over the last 30 days or decreased. That information is there as well. But if you want to look at specific data related to different posts, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the section that says content share. This is on the same page, and you're going to click on your posts there, and automatically it's going to show all the posts from the organization from the last year. But just like on that last page, we're going to go and we're going to change those features. We're going to change those time limits and durations. We're going to change it to 30 months or 30 days. Last 30 days, you're going to go in there and click on last 30 days. And so if you had no content, there's not going to be any information there. So you may do last 3 months. In this case, we're going to do the last 3 months. And now you can see that it has different things are here. So you can look at photos only, you can look at videos if you want to. I'm looking at the down caret that has any on it. So this is what I'm looking at. It says any. So if you click on that, you can say, okay, I just want to see for photos. I just want to see for videos. And then next to it is the metric. So you have reach, you can have comments. You can focus on how many people commented. You can focus on follows, impressions, etc. So you'll go in here and you'll say, okay, did we have more impressions this month than the last? And it will pull up those specific numbers. And then you can see, okay, so this post had 189 impressions versus the other one. The lowest we had was 51. Okay, so why was that? Why did this post have more impressions than the other. And this is where you get in a space of analyzing the information you're seeing. So, for example, my organization highlighted in the last 3 months everyone on our leadership. So, if you think about it, it's probably because I tag them and that they are individuals others can connect with, that we saw this higher amount of impressions. So you want to look at your data and say, okay, so videos are getting a lot of traction. Let's post more of those. Or if we have graphics that have a lot of color in it, okay, let's post more of those also. So you can go in here and you can change the impressions. You can change it to saves. If you want to look at who is actually saving your content, if you want to look at profile visits, from the home page, you can do that as well. This is really important because profile visits means that they see you on their feed, and that's that main page on Instagram when you log in and you're able to see everybody else's content. This is them seeing your organization and deciding to go and click on your profile to learn more. So that is a huge step because they're going out of their way to kind of dive deeper into what you are talking about, which also means going back to optimizing your Instagram profile to make sure your links are working, making sure the content is there, that they can learn more about your organization, and the bio is there as well. So I just wanted to show you insights. I hope you're following along with me on the capabilities of the back end of Instagram. There's other features there. You can explore it in your own time. So going back to the profile, going back to your profile, what you're going to do is you're going to pretend like you're going to create a post. Let's do that. And we're going to see the fundraising feature that's available on Instagram via a post and via stories. So let's start with stories. Let's say you're going to make a post. So you'll go in this upper, my right hand, maybe your left, click on that plus sign, and you'll have these options that post that come up that says, okay, do you want to make post a story, etc. So you'll click on post. Go ahead and just select a random photo that you have in your phone so that you can use that as an example. So I'm going to select a photo that I have here, and then you click next. You can do any variation of the filters they have there. I would encourage you to not use so many filters because it takes away from the professionalism of the photo. So if you have a lot of grainy filters, things like that, it takes away from what the focus of the photo is. Okay, so now you've clicked next and you're on this screen. Just like you would create a post for your own account, you do the same for your nonprofit. So you'll just go in and you'll type a caption, and then some hashtags too, if you want to. Hashtags, of course, that are relevant to your nonprofit. Do not just put random hashtags if they have no relevance. Hashtags that relate to work you people you serve. Putting those hashtags there. So if you go down from the actual image, you'll see here that there's an option to add fundraiser. You're only going to see this option if you have applied for the ability to fundraise on Facebook because, like I said, Facebook and Instagram are connected. So if you have not applied for it on Facebook, you're not going to see it here. So because we have applied for it and we're approved, you'll see and we're able to create fundraisers there. So we're going to click on that, add fundraiser. So when you click on Add Fundraiser, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a list of nonprofits that are there. I really don't know why HAPS didn't have this screen sharing. Why did they not transfer it over to the new? If this is your team, the screen sharing should be up and running because that was a highlight of why I'm using the app. Okay, so you're going to select your nonprofit. Okay, you're going to select your nonprofit of the list of nonprofits, and it should be there. And then you'll see this, it'll have a page for your fundraiser details. And from the fundraiser details, you can go in and write the details about the fundraiser. So you can say the nonprofit, of course, is going to be you fundraising for your organization, and then the amount. So you can put in any amount that you feel is appropriate. Of course, $10,000 raised in Instagram. If you have the audience there, you can absolutely. But you may consider having a number that is just overall fundraising goal. So you may say, we're going to try to raise $300 on Instagram and then $300 on Facebook and then $300 on LinkedIn. Think about strategy. So you'll put in the number. You can even invite collaborators, which is awesome. You can go in, and if you have board members, if you have colleagues who said, "Yeah, I'll help you with fundraising," you can add them as a collaborator and they can share the responsibility and help you share the word about your organization and the fundraisers. So I think that's a great opportunity to get everyone on board when it comes to fundraising. And then if you say, okay, I'm done, then it's going to add it and you'll see the preview here. So as you see here, it says goal 100. So if we act like we post that, I'm just going to do a test post. It's going to go onto the Instagram feed. And then I want you to see how it looks to the viewer. And maybe you've already seen this. So that was my sample image. And what you see below it is it says the amount raised of the goal. So when people come to your page, they'll see that. They'll see the post and they'll see that option. And then if they click on it, they can click donate and give right there through that fundraiser. So happy fundraising on Instagram, right? So if you have the things that are available there, use them. Raise money on Instagram. And keeping in mind, of course, you're going to want to be consistent on Instagram because all of a sudden you have all these fundraising opportunities and people haven't heard from you in months, then you'll find that your your fundraiser is not going to be as successful as it would have been had you been more consistent. So I'm just going to remove this from our Facebook page because it was an example. That's, so when it comes to ending or deleting a fundraiser, you can delete the post first, but the fundraiser remains, which means you have to go in and in the fundraiser for the organization. It doesn't allow you to delete it. So if it was a test post, it doesn't allow you to delete it, but you should delete it so that people know that was a test. Create a store page, fundraise. Click that plus sign again. This picture just there. Select one from your phone. So let's do that. I'm going to select one from my phone and I'm just going to select a random picture so that we can use it for our purposes. Okay, so this is our picture. These are the twins that are going to be sponsored for the organization. They've been sponsored. So this is just a random photo just for the testing purposes. So at the top, you'll see these different icons you can click on. So the first is for the font. You can write text over your stories. The second is what I want to focus on. These are the abilities to add stickers. So you click on that second one. It looks like a sticky note with a smiley face. So click on that and you will find that you have all these different options to add to your story. Today we're focusing on the donation option. So it should be green and with a blue heart. So you click on that. And once again, just like we did with the regular post, you'll see your nonprofit come up and there you go. You can add a sticker for fundraising, help support Dare Human. You can change that title to whatever you like it to be. If it's help students in rural Haiti, you can do that, or help seniors get to their appointments on time. This could be something you put there. And so when you add that sticker, it will allow people to just click and donate, making it convenient for the donor. So just wanted to show you that and how that is really important as well. Okay. Another thing I wanted to because slightly touch on because when you get in a part of Instagram, you could really spend some time doing it. But I encourage you to think about a Reels strategy for your organization. Reels are a new piece basis at a rate high on a regular basis higher than it would be for regular feed story. You'll find within stories it just reach the people in your audience. But with reels, they are 15 seconds, sometimes even shorter than that, to 1 minute reel where you can have a video that has a soundbite information about your organization, which means you're going to have to think about what strategy you're going to use. So, Reels is that middle icon on located in another country. You may not have access to it yet, but my hope is that you do. And with Reels, I encourage you to just go get in there and test it out. Get in there and test it out. It doesn't have to be all complicated or super extravagant like you've seen them, but you can use them as an opportunity to study and see what your organization can do. So when you click, like the middle button is for you to view other people's reels, but if you want to create one of your own, you'll click that plus sign again, and then you'll go into reel and you will create from there. So because the camera is on, you'll be able to see the back, what the other space looks like, but this is what it's going to look like. And you'll be able to add music. So you'll see that music note at the top. You'll see a timer there as well. But if, for example, you created a short video and you want to share it that way, go into your own phone's content and folder for photos and videos and pull that video directly from there. And then you'll find that you can use and create videos as you go. But I don't want to jump into far into Reels. I just encourage you to really think about how you can use Reels. And it doesn't have to be a everyday thing. It could be once a week until you have the capacity to do more. But just consider how I personally use Reels for my personal brand. If you're not connected with me already on Instagram, do connect with me there as well as LinkedIn, but I used it for my personal brand on occasion because it can be very time consuming. I was using it on occasion for my brand, and I found that I was getting in front of more people, and I was seeing my number of followers increase, and my engagement increase as well. So you want to consider that, how you can get in front of new people. So I trust that this information was good for you, that you were able to think about how you can further optimize Instagram and use it for your fundraising efforts, especially during Giving Tuesday time. You will want to think about how to make your organization stand out. There are tons of nonprofits participating in Giving Tuesday, but my hope is that your organization will stand out among the rest. And your individual donor base is going to be pouring into your organization, even if they decide they want to give to another nonprofit as well. So stay connected, subscribe on the different platforms that you are on, and be sure also to engage with my Instagram content. Every single page that I have for my personal brand when it comes to nonprofit strategy and education and building for nonprofits, you'll find that there's different content on the different platforms. So I encourage you to connect with me on all the platforms you're on so you can always get that information. So the nonprofit plug is every Tuesday, sometime in between 12 and 2 p.m. in Pacific Standard Time. But of course, this replay is going to be here, which means you can access it at a later time. So thank you for joining, and I will connect with you another time.